Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Manuela and I will be guiding you through today's pranayama practice, Nadi Shodhana, or alternating nostril breathing. The biggest benefit of this pranayama practice is that it balances your sympathetic with your parasympathetic nervous system. So it really has an effect of calming, and it's in fact perfect for releasing accumulated stress, but also it sharpens your concentration and mental clarity. For the practice itself, as every pranayama, is really important that we have a long, tall spine or supported position. So you can either do it seated on a chair as long as you're nice and straight, or also seated on the ground, cross-legged or kneeling. And personally, every time I do a pranayama practice, I love keeping my hips elevated. It kind of makes the whole moment of breath work and getting ready for meditation more comfortable, and it allows me to really focus on my breathing. For the this pranayama practice, it is alternated nostril breathing, and personally I prefer keeping my index finger and my middle finger on my forehead like this, and then utilizing my thumb and my ring finger to close each nostril. I will guide you through the pranayama itself initially, like what it means and how it's being done, and then we will be doing it together. So usually we start by inhaling through our left nostril by closing with our thumb our right nostril. So I close my right nostril, and a count of 4 I inhale through my left nostril. Then on the top, I close my left nostril with my ring finger, and I exhale on a count of 4 through my right nostril. And then I inhale again through my right nostril. I close my right nostril with my thumb, and I exhale through my left nostril. So as you can see, we change nostril at each exhalation, and ideally we keep the same ratio of inhales and exhales, so the count of inhales and exhales. You can start either with 3 or with 4 or whatever suits best for you. For this practice, we will be doing a count of 4, and I will be guiding you through the whole breathwork practice by mentioning when to change the nostril. And the count of 4 initially will be directed with when exhaling or when inhaling. Of course, it is alternated nostril breathing, so it's through our nose. And we will be starting with 8 rounds. The more you practice it, the more I advise you to increase the amount of rounds. And if that practice goes for a longer period of time, your arm might get tired. So there are different ways in how to support your right arm. And either you can keep your left arm right below your right elbow and support your right elbow with your left hand. Or other ways that I've also seen been doing is by bending your right leg and having your right arm on top of your right leg, and support your arm by making it easier, more comfortable. So the intention here is really that you ease into it's comfortable for you, and the longer you're going to hold it or you're going to practice it, the more tiring it gets. So I would advise you to find a way that makes it easier to really focus on your breathing. But for eight rounds, it should be perfectly fine to just keep your left hand on your thigh or on your knee, and then really keep your right elbow in front of you and your middle finger, index finger on your forehead. There are other practices of Nadi Shodhana where you bring your index finger and middle finger on your palm and you close your nostril by alternating. However, my personal preference is to really have them on in the middle of my forehead. So let's dive into this pranayama practice. Close our eyes, Find that comfortable seated position. In my case, I will be cross-legged on my block. Connect to your breath. We do a full round neutral breath in and neutral breath out. We bring our middle finger and index finger on our forehead, and we place our thumb and our ring finger on the sides of our nostrils without closing them. So we do one more round of breath. And exhale. And we start by closing our right nostril and inhale, count to 4 through our left nostril. Closing our left nostril with our ring finger and exhale through our right nostril, count to 4. Inhale through right. Close our right nostril with our thumb and exhale through left. Inhale through left. Closing our left nostril and exhale through right. Inhale through right. Exhale through left. Inhale through left. And exhale through right nostril. Inhale through right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. And we release the practice, staying in passive awareness. Feeling the sensation of the practice on our mind and body. Slowly opening up our eyes, bringing some movement to our body. Thank you so much for joining me today and doing the practice with me. I hope this kind of gave you that feeling and experience of bringing a bit of calmness and releasing that accumulated stress. It's a practice that can be done anytime, whether that's in the morning, whether that's right before going to bed, whether that's whenever you feel like a little bit anxious or stressed, or need a bit of clarity in your mind. It just takes a couple of rounds, and it's very much just holding, and closing each nostril whenever we inhale or we exhale. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next week.